So we're gonna get into something before we even talk about the music. Let's talk about your inspiration, right? You do reggae music. That's the genre. Dancehall. Just is it just dancehall alone you do, or you do other types of genres?
Well, basically, it's reggae dancehall.
Okay.
Yeah, reggae dancehall. All with the feelings depends on how you wake up and how I feel. That's how I write the songs.
Okay. So the genre that you're doing is reggae dancehall, right? That's strictly.
Strictly
All
correct.
right. What about the cultural part? Any cultural music or just the vibes as you say you go with?
Well, like I said before, it's all about the vibe. I love music, so let me just put that out, and I will try anything. I'm open to trying anything, but right now it's just reggae dancehall.
Okay. So let me ask you your inspiration, right? How long have you been doing music for?
Well, as far as I can remember, since I know myself, I
Oh,
was making noise around the place with some, like, in Guyana we call it tinning cup. Some old tin or
tin cup.
something. Yeah, we always a knock tinning cup, and
Okay,
you
okay.
know,
All
yeah,
right. So you're hailed from Guyana.
yes.
But so give me some background on like, you come from Guyana, so when you was younger, and who was your inspiration getting into music?
Well, inspirations is a whole lot of different inspirations. First and foremost, give praise to the creator. Bless me with a talent. Other than that, my mom. She always told me to believe in myself, and since I remember myself as a person, music was always my thing. So, artists, my the artists who inspired me basically, Bob Marley. We got Eddie Grant. Just to name two of them.
Eddie Grant. You know, I want to take it, but tell me who Eddie Grant is. Got a lot of people don't know who Eddie Grant is, So just give me a little, 'cause I'm sure you're familiar with Eddie Grant. Because you're saying he's an inspiration to you. Just give me a little, just a
Well,
little thing on Eddie Grant, so the people them can know who he is.
okay, so Eddie Grant is a Guyanese. He is the guy who sang Electric Avenue. I don't know if a lot of people know it. Well, it is a big hit,
Yeah.
and yeah, so that's one of my biggest inspirations when it comes to music.
Okay. So I'm gonna ask like what age you started, like when you get inspired by these guys, and you at what age you realize, hey, yo, this is something that I really want to take seriously.
Well, at the age of, like, let's say 18,
Okay.
yes, that's when I really started to tell myself, well, I'm going to take it on a different level, and start being a little bit more serious with the craft.
Okay.
Because after singing and making up stuff, freestyling and whatever it is, friends and family around would say, like, you actually sound good, you should do something, you know what I mean, stuff like that. So after getting the boost and people telling you, well, this is what you should do, I just sat and think about it, and that was the avenue.
Okay. So you lived in Guyana.
Yes.
Well, while during your teenage years, you were in Guyana, right?
Yes.
So at what age you might first before we even get to that, did you record like any songs while you were in Guyana at the
Yes.
time?
Yes, definitely.
You did recordings
Yes.
professionally or just
Yes, professional recordings by they had this studio called Brutal Tracks.
oh, okay.
Yes.
So you did like how much recordings you did there? Like did you record release anything or just record just
Actually,
for
well, just recordings, just to listen how you sung, stuff like that. Nothing was released,
okay, so that so your first experiment basically.
basically.
So you migrated to the US,
Yes,
right? And you finished school in Guyana, or you in the US?
in Guyana.
In Guyana. So you come to the US basically for better opportunity musically, or just because of family.
Well, let's go back a little. I used to live in America before. I
Okay.
left in '93. I left in '93, and then I came back in 2019. But it's to answer your question, it's for betterment.
Yeah.
Better
Okay.
opportunity in everything, life, basically.
Yeah, definitely.
Mhm.
Okay. So you're in America now. You decided music was the route that you wanted to take.
Yes.
So your first recording now, now that you become, an adult, and decide that this is music is what I want to, the vehicle that I want to use to get to the next level. What was your first song recorded in America that you decided, well, this is the song I'm going to release?
Well, the first song that I recorded in America, I didn't release it. That wasn't
Okay.
the first release. But
Okay.
the first song was 4 a.m. I just woke up and it was basically an inspiration I got because I got a call 4 a.m. from a girl. She wanted,
Okay.
you know how the thing go.
Yeah.
Other than that, Sidestep. Sidestep was the first
The
song
first.
recorded in New
Okay.
York.
So what was the response for Sidesteps?
Well,
I mean, was it released on a major label or just
no, not on a major label. I'm
Okay.
kind of independent. I got my team,
Okay.
who supports and work with me. Gratitude to Rashim and Xavier, the whole QCB family. But we use DistroKid and stuff.
Okay. Okay. So it's like more like an independent vibe.
Yes, more like an independent vibe.
So okay, so I mean that song Sidestep, how was it when you released it? What was the response from people out there, people who listened to it? Did you do any shows or any tour for that music, or
Actually, no. The pandemic hit. So when I released Sidesteps, well, I'm still not established as yet, and I'm trying to build my fan base. So when I released Sidesteps, I didn't really get much, traction or whatever. But for the few people who heard it, they said,
Yeah.
it's a vibe. They liked it or whatever it is. I was supposed to do a show, but the pandemic struck and it canceled.
Okay. Yeah.
That would have been my first show.
Okay, so the pandemic slowed down a lot of things, believe
Yes.
me, especially live performances. But now the pandemic seems to diminish, in certain way. So the Sidestep is still a fresh song. Um, what's your plan with this music now? I mean, it's out there on all streaming platform, right?
Yes, sir.
So are you going to do promotion? Are you doing promotion behind that song at the moment, or are you just leaving it like that and dealing with other projects?
Well, at the moment, I'm dealing with other projects, but I wouldn't leave it like that. I
Okay.
want to get into more promotions and stuff like that. Um, and that's what we're gonna do for the future.
Okay. So that's so Sidestep. That's your first song that
Recorded.
you release professionally, and do you have a video for that song as well?
No, not as
No
yet.
video, no video yet. Okay, so the second song now, cause I know 4 a.m. Because I was listening to it before. What's your second song that you released prior to Sidestep?
Flammable.
Oh, Flammable.
Yeah.
So you have videos for that too.
Yes, I have.
Oh, so you have video for that one. So why not Sidestep? You don't feel Sidestep like the rest of them.
No, well, it's not that I'm not feeling Sidestep like the rest of them. Sidestep is like a motivational song. Early in the morning, you get up, you play that. You rock in.
Yeah.
That kind of vibe. Flammable. It was summer.
Okay.
It was summer, and it was just the right time. So I put more interest into Flammable and made a video for that, try to promote it and stuff like that.
Okay. All right. So so you're doing Flammable. What is the response for Flammable? Was it before the pandemic or during the pandemic?
Yes, it
Was
was
it during the pandemic?
Yes, it was during the pandemic. So still a little slow, but I got a little bit more
Traction with
feedback
that.
from than Sidestep, because I had a whole
Okay.
video to it and all that. But it's still getting out there.
Okay. So well, I mean, basically the songs that you have now are fairly new, especially to listeners out there, and you're still growing as an artist, building your fan base and everything.
Yes.
So that is good. So I mean, these songs can actually revamped again and push. I mean, who you have working with you as far as promoters?
Well, as far as promoters, we got got some people in Guyana, basically, you know.
Okay.
Got some DJs that we're working with. Big up to Skunk House. This is my first interview in New York, and I must say gratitude to Rashim and the whole
Okay.
team who made this possible. Um, but like I said before, it's everything. It's in a work in progress.
Progress. Okay.
Basically, you know,
Yeah,
we're working on the
definitely.
movement.
I hear the music. Good music. These type of music that you're doing, is you say they're dancehall. You know, they're dancehall stuff. Basically, all of them. And this is the genre that you're gonna stay in for the future. Or you're gonna try other genres beside this one.
Well, music, you know, music it grows basically. So
Yeah,
let's just watch the growth, you know. But like I said before, I'm open to do other genres and stuff like that. And you know, I love music, so yeah, there will be other genres probably in the future. But right now, you
definitely.
know, we're just working on the reggae dancehall and trying to build that, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what is the reception like? First, I should ask you if you do like any performance since I know the pandemic stopped a lot of things, but did you do any live performance in recent in the
No,
past?
not
Nothing as yet.
recent, not recent. But before in
Oh,
Guyana,
before.
I used
Okay.
to do before. I did performance in Guyana basically.
Okay.
You know, I
Okay.
perform um, you know, a few places.
Okay.
But recently, no
No
performance.
performances. So your performances in Guyana at that time, how was the reception? I mean, how did people, receive you?
Well, it was great. I must say so. It was great. The last performance, it was actually at the Market Square,
Yeah.
and it was kind of like a song clash.
Okay.
We got this. He's a popular comedian. His name is Chopo. You know, so he was like, I was right in the crowd, and he was like, "We want two guys from the crowd who could come up and
Yeah.
clash, and we gonna give you $5,000." Well, at that,
Oh,
yeah, well,
okay.
$5,000 is the highest bill in our country, right?
Yeah.
So I came up and I did my thing, and you know the crowd received it and got a nice feedback.
Definitely. So how would you describe your music, your style? Because I know reggae is a huge genre. There's so many different people doing reggae music, and where do you think you stand, among these other giants there? And how do you describe your music, your style, what you have differently from what's out there?
Well, I'm not established first to say, so you know I look up to these giants, basically, like you
Yeah,
said, and I learn from them. My music is my art. That's how I feel. You know, I see things every day, and I just sing from like everyday experiences and stuff like that. But I think I have something to bring. I think I
okay,
have something to offer. You know, something different.
all right. So I mean, I know it's a lot of artists. I mean, so many artists. I guess the platform of music now. It kind of magnetizes a lot of young talents to get involved. Guess maybe this is the way we see it because we're creative. A lot of us are creative, and we see this. Maybe this is the way, or you can use your wisdom and create good music and try to get out there. And some people use the music as a way to educate people. Some use it as a way for profit. What's your stance? Using the music or being a part of the music? What's your stance and what do you look to return to you from it?
Well, like I mentioned before, since I can remember myself as a person, I love music. Actually, like listening to music. I like dancing. You know, so I do it for the love.
Okay.
I do it for the love. But you know, it's to be real. It's to make music. It's expensive.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, I got my own studio. You know, I had to, because like I said before, it's expensive. You got to pay taxi or whatever. You got to drive, whatever. You got to go to a studio
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So it's expensive to make music. So people do it to profit because they have to spend to make
To
music.
make exactly, yeah.
So everything needs to be fair and balanced.
Definitely.
So I do it for the love of it, but on the other hand, if you can gain and profit from it,
From it,
why not?
all good there. Yeah, good answer, and
No,
the
just
thing,
being real.
yeah, definitely. Well, it's true, but you have some people who actually go in it as a shark, and these people get through very fast and genuine, organic people who have that love and passion for the music. They get into it and them just have this desire to earn and to take from it and to, then and they don't give back. So, I know you're new in the you're not new in the business because you've been in it for a long time. You're working on your craft. You reach to the point now where your works begin to manifest now. This is just the beginning. We know that. You know, uh, what would you give back? Would you give back? When you make it to that level, because I know there's a level that you have in your mind where you want to really take the music to. What would be your contribution back to the people them who supported you and help you along the way, bring you to the point that you are deemed to be?
Well, to be honest and fair, if I should reach to that level, and I'm a guy who I don't quit. If I want something, I go for it. So if I reach to that level, I would. What? How should I answer this question? Basically, how can I give back? Well, to the community, I
Yeah,
would
the
say
community. Yeah,
to the
definitely.
community, my hometown. People who support me and stuff like that. Charitable events, stuff like that. In
Yeah,
whichever way we can help out, or whichever way I can help out, I will try
definitely.
my best.
Okay. So I mean, it's good to have a new talent coming here at Skunk House Radio. What would you want people to take away? People who listen to your music, people who become fans of you. What would you want them to take away from your music positively?
Well, every music has a message. It all depends on what you're singing about. And like I said, I cater for different crowds.
Okay.
Because whatever feeling you get, sometimes you can wake up today and you feel like to sing a little
Mm,
bad man song, or a little grimy song, they would say.
yeah. Yeah.
You're catering to the bad
Okay.
man kind of crowd or whatever it is.
Okay.
Sometimes you wake up and you're in a positive vibe,
Yeah.
and you decide to. So it is all depend on whatever you're singing. Whatever you're singing, they should listen to the music basically, and what they grasp from it. You
Hmm.
know, and that's it.
True. I agree with you with some parts of that. But what about being an influence to younger kids who look up to you as a role model, and they're taking from you what you're saying as something valuable to them, to they emulate this and utilize the same things that you put to them in their lives. So when we say, I'm trying to say, like, there are music that is positive, right? As you say, there are times when you're in a vibe and you feel like it's a gunman thing, but somebody could deal with that fraction of it first. Like, say you wake up in a mood where you say, okay, today's a violent day for me, and maybe that's not the way you project it, but this is a day where I'm gonna do a song where cater to the man them where we're into the violin part of the music, or the gangster part of the music, right? I mean, as an artist, right? We talk to some artists here, but as an artist, I mean, how would you respond to that? If someone say, okay, so are you supporting violence, by fueling these men who think say them have this gangster ability to go out and maybe harm people, maybe not, maybe it's just a show or a facade or whatever it is. But I mean, how do you think about that, and how do you think that the younger kids would relate to those things that you're saying, and what would the end be for them? Like, what would the outcome be for those kids who would listen to you doing some, oh, we book a man today and we catch him and we do all kind of things to him? In that nature, how would how would you describe that as an artist? If somebody asks you, maybe I don't be the only one probably ask you this in.
All right. So how this whole thing came about?
Yeah.
Dancehall is a competitive sport, basically. They got the clash part of dancehall,
Yeah,
and I
definitely.
do enjoy the clash part of dancehall. I don't support violence in terms of people taking advantage of other people or whatever it is.
Okay.
No, the music is not about that. It's all about it's a competitive sport, like I've mentioned
Entertainment,
before, and
right?
it's all about entertainment. And you know, back in the days, you would see Shabba and Ninja Man and Super Cat, and so other influences
Yeah.
basically. I didn't went and pick up a gun and went and do anything to nobody, like, you know what I'm saying, because I listen to those type of music. No.
True.
Every day you watch movies, the movies they projecting, shooting or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
it goes both ways because you see it in the movies, people singing it. A next thing, I think parents has a lot to do with parents when it comes to the kids because you mentioned kids.
Yeah.
I don't support violence with kids because I'm a father.
Definitely.
And the parent, like I mentioned before, the
Yeah.
parent has a right to, interject what type of music the kids
Definitely.
listen to.
True. True.
You know what I'm saying? Because if I hear my son, because I only got boys, if I hear my son, he's 10, listening
Yeah.
to something that I think he shouldn't be listening to that at his age,
Yeah.
I would stop and say, well, this is not right or whatever. I don't want you listening to this type of music.
Yeah.
They got the internet right now and these kids trying to do their own thing.
Of course.
Whatever it is.
Most
But
definitely. Yeah.
it all come back to being a parent again, though.
Okay.
The parent.
True. But do you think as an artist, doing lyrics like those contribute in any way to? Because I know some kids, they will take it literally. Sometimes, them like the music so much that they're so engulfed in this music and the lyrical content of the music that they begin to act out. I know our generation was different, especially when you're grounded, from the Caribbean. It's a whole different,
Yes.
there's a village raised, you are raised me, everybody concerned about each other. They're here now. It's a different type of thing with the kids here in this country and probably even in our country as well. How they receive certain things and what they do with it when they receive it. So do you think that, I'm not gonna say you per se, but dancehall genre music that emulate this gangster type of vibe, this gun type of killing and these other type of thing. Do you think that contribute to youths, becoming, a part of gangs and becoming violent later on in them life, or just become a problem to society?
Um, how to answer this question? Basically, it's a flip of the coin,
Yeah.
because I have to be honest. They have some kids that
Yeah.
will listen to music and actually take it literal, take it literally and want to do whatever they hear or whatever.
Yeah.
But as an artist, I would say, don't take it that serious. Don't take it that serious. It's all entertainment.
True.
It's all entertainment. Probably a few artists probably caught up, in the wrong crowd or whatever, got incarcerated or whatever, But it's just all entertainment. Most of the artists who sing these stuff, they're doing these stuff.
True.
It's all entertainment.
You're right. It is entertainment.
So for the kids out there, don't take it literal. It's just entertainment.
Okay. So basically, the artists them need to come out and do a verbal disclaimer and say, listen, don't follow what me. I say, I'm saying this because it's an entertainment and it's a verbal show. It's nothing real, or I'm not, supporting this. I'm not doing this. That would probably be one of the keys where some of the artists them have to say, before them start deliver certain, what I mean, in that sense,
Well,
right?
exactly. Well, I could only speak about myself too. Well,
True,
if you hear
true.
me saying certain lyrics or whatever it is,
Yeah,
it's just entertainment. I'm
definitely.
saying, like I said before, dancehall is a competitive sport.
True.
And you may have an ex artist who might think you like, you
Yeah,
want to go up against you or whatever it is. So these things is not literally you're gonna go and hit a man in the streets or whatever it
definitely.
is. And
Yeah,
we know sometimes it do get real, but we I'm playing with the other artists out there, to just keep it in a lyrical content and
definitely.
we're not taking it to the streets and stuff like that. We're not supporting violence and what I mean, we're just keeping it musical and
True.
lyrical.
True, true. There you go, people. We are here with PREZZI, Skunk House Radio. If you're tuning in, right?